It's Week 12 of the National Football League. Coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Eagles and the Packers on Sunday Night Primetime.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, who burst onto the scene back in 2016 as the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, and now in his 7th NFL campaign.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Well, Charles, look, and this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and they're on back-to-back plays. We're seeing that on display.
And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner, what's harbinger mean? Help me out.
Well, you're the one that taught me that a few years ago, so I'll have to lean on you for that. I'm just hoping it fit into the sentence correctly.
I must have got it from my word of the day calendar on my desk.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The Eagles at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
From the 6, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Bringing them out now in his 4th season after, of course, a memorable 2019 debut. It's Gardner Minshew.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Minshew. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game to about the 48-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Sanders. And some room to work. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Prescott. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Play action now. Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal. On
2nd and goal, here's the option. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. Gainwell will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
We will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Minshew sets to throw. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And some room to run now. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles TD. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick six there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield, and he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's his safety. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They run behind center with Gainwell. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. On 2nd down and 4. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll throw again. Prescott. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. They're down 15-0 here already, needing to jumpstart this offense. 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the counter, here's Jones. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Here's Minshew. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because, you know.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. The numbers for Jones last week, 19 carries, 95 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Again, it's Jones. Ooh, the juke. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
57 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers.
A.J. Dillon. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit.
A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Brian Johnson now for the extra point.
And they're back within 8. It's 15-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Book now.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 6 catches, 77 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. To throw is Prescott. Fighting to stay upright. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big gain and a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They run with Sanders off the option.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Joseph Charlton on now to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Prescott going to keep again.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. Nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Prescott to throw it. Man open left side is Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
On the handoff, Gainwell.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now Book. And connecting quickly with Goddard.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Prescott on 1st down. And he floats one there, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Now Prescott. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. To throw his Book.
Buying time to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Devontae Wyatt
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Prescott going to do it himself.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Looking to throw. Prescott.
That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This will be fielded inside the 5. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Watkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Prescott now. Smith catches left side. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. 1st down, Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Flushed out right.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain an 18-point lead.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. The 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on second down. Minshew lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Here's Minshew. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Josh Allen leading the charge as his guys up their record to 10-1 now. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Kyler Murray, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. And then finally, a Cyber Monday edition of Monday Night Football, as the final game of November is the Steelers and the Colts from Lucas Oil Stadium. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. To throw again on second down. Minshew. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
They start on the ground here at Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing, Prescott. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Book. And he's got some space here. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Book now to throw on first down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Up the middle, Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20, 5, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Johnson for the extra point try. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Prescott's throw there taken in by Smith. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Prescott. Goes right back to Smith again. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Prescott to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Prescott. He's got it. Touchdown. Devontae Smith. A 15-yard touchdown grab. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now it's starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And the numbers for the last drive. And he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he fires one incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kingsley Enagbare in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
145 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Minshew sets to throw. He'll get this to Lazard.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Prescott. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. An option handoff given to Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Sermon. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Toss left side, Gainwell. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Fighting through pressure. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott good with a PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Minshew's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Minshew, 1st and 10. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On the delay, Jones. He's got it to the 43 here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw it. Minshew. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. That's Tunyon bringing in a quick throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Minshew. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. But it'll be second and goal. Now Minshew. Flushed out right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Gardner Minshew taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers get a bit closer. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the run is Gainwell. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Prescott. Over the middle here to Brown. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They run behind center with Gainwell.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive.
Now Book.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick-6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick-6s? Oh, yeah, you'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gainwell.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Again, a run with Gainwell. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
And there was one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So fly, Eagles fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Eagles, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try and turn things around.